All right, let's talk about something we all do but almost never discuss. And yet it holds some of the most critical clues to our health. I'm talking about our bowel movements. Yeah, I know, it can feel a little weird to talk about, but what your body is trying to tell you is just too important to, well, flush away. Ignoring this stuff can be a really serious mistake. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. This statement is so powerful because it's true. The clues you see in the toilet bowl can actually be the earliest signs that something's wrong, sometimes showing up way before any other symptom. What we might just flush away without a second thought could literally be the first warning that something inside isn't working the way it should. So what if we just shifted our thinking a little bit? What if we stopped seeing this as just waste and started seeing it as communication? You know, when your digestion is off, it's not just an inconvenience, it's a distress signal, a real cry for help from deep inside your body. The only question is, are you actually listening? To understand what your body's trying to say, you need to learn its language. So in this first part, that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna build a decoding guide, focusing on 3 simple but incredibly powerful indicators that let you check in on your gut health with just a glance. And here they are. These are the 3 pillars of our guide: shape, color, and frequency. Seriously, just by paying attention to these 3 things, you can get a surprisingly accurate snapshot of what's really going on inside your digestive system. So let's kick things off with shape. Now, you might think this is all just guesswork, but nope. Doctors actually have a standardized tool for this exact conversation. It's called the Bristol Stool Chart. It's just a simple 7-point scale that takes all the weirdness and ambiguity out of describing things. It's so handy you could even keep a picture of it on your phone for reference. Look, you don't need to memorize all 7 types. Let's just focus on the goal and the red flags. So on one end of the spectrum, you've got type 1, these hard, separate little lumps that are really tough to pass. That's a super clear sign of constipation. On the complete opposite end is type 7, which is all liquid, pure diarrhea. The sweet spot, the ideal we're all aiming for, is type 4. Soft, smooth, shaped like a sausage, and really easy to pass. That's the goal. Okay, next up is color. The ideal healthy color is brown. And there's a really simple reason for that. As food makes its journey through your system, it gets mixed with bile, which starts out as a greenish color. As it travels and gets processed by your body's enzymes, it slowly changes color, eventually ending up with that classic brown hue. So a nice brown color is a great sign that everything is moving along just as it should. But what if it's not brown? Well, if it's green, it might just mean you ate a ton of spinach, or maybe food just moved through your system a little too fast. Usually that's not a big deal. However, if you're seeing a persistent yellow or clay-like color, and it lasts for more than a couple of days, that's a signal you need to pay attention to. It can point to problems with absorbing fat, or even signal issues with your liver or pancreas. So definitely keep an eye on that. Okay, now we need to get serious for a minute. Let's talk about the unmistakable red flags. These signs are not subtle. They are your body's version of a flashing neon emergency sign, and they absolutely demand immediate action. The first one, and honestly one of the most serious warning signs you could possibly see, is a black, tarry stool. This is not something you wait on. This is not something you see how you feel tomorrow. It requires immediate medical attention. Medically, this condition has a name, melena. That black tarry look comes from digested blood, which is a huge red flag. It means there's almost certainly significant bleeding happening somewhere high up in your digestive system, like your stomach or your small intestine. The cause could be a bleeding ulcer, sure, but it can also be a sign of something much more serious, like a hidden cancer. So the takeaway here is crystal clear. If you see this, do not wait. Go to the emergency room immediately. The second major warning sign is seeing bright red blood. It doesn't matter if it's on the toilet paper, in the water, or mixed in, any sign of bright red blood is another symptom that should never, ever be ignored. Now, sure, the cause could be something pretty minor, like hemorrhoids. A lot of the time it is. But it could also be a sign of polyps, or, more seriously, a growing cancer in your colon. And since you have no way of knowing which one it is just by looking, the rule is incredibly simple. Any blood, anytime, means you need to see a doctor and get it checked out, period. All right, our final warning sign isn't about color, it's about shape. If you consistently start noticing that your stool is very thin, almost like a ribbon or a pencil, that is a major alert. A consistent change to this pencil-thin shape strongly suggests that something is making the passage inside your colon narrower. It's like something is squeezing the tube from the inside. And while there could be other causes, this is a classic sign of an internal obstruction, which could potentially be a tumor. So if this is a recurring pattern for you, it's absolutely time to see a specialist, a gastroenterologist. Okay, I know that was all pretty heavy, but the goal here is not to scare you, it's to empower you. So now let's pivot to what we can actually do about all this. We're gonna cover 5 actionable secrets you can start using today to dramatically improve your gut health and your overall well-being. Let's run through these quickly. First, move your body. Just a simple 20-minute walk every day can wake up a sluggish system. Second, eat real food. Prioritizing fresh fruits and veggies over processed junk makes a massive difference. Third, talk to your doctor about annual deworming. You'd be surprised how common parasites are. Fourth, if you're over 50, get a colonoscopy. It is the gold standard for catching colon cancer early. But that brings us to number 5, which might just be the most powerful secret of them. The absolute foundation of good gut health is your microbiome. Think of it like a giant, bustling rainforest living inside of you. This community of literally trillions of microorganisms isn't just there to digest your food. It's a silent army that influences your immune system, your energy levels, your mood, and even your memory. Keeping this internal ecosystem in balance is the key to a healthy you. So how do we take care of this incredible internal army? It's actually pretty simple. First, avoid antibiotics unless they are absolutely necessary, because they're like a bomb that wipes out the good bacteria along with the bad. Second, send in reinforcements. Eat probiotics, the good bacteria themselves, which you can find in fermented foods like natural yogurt and kefir. And third, you have to feed your troops. That's where prebiotics come in. They're the food for your good bacteria, found in simple stuff like oats, apples, onions, and bananas. So, as we wrap all this up, it really comes back to those 3 fundamentals we started with. If you remember only one thing from this entire explainer, let it be this. Pay attention to shape, color, and frequency. These aren't just minor details, they are your body's vital signs. And that just leaves us with one final, crucial question. Now that you know the language your body is speaking, are you ready to start listening? Thanks so much for joining me.